Hello again. I'm Dr. Song, and I'm bringing you the news from the front line here in New Jersey. And off, as always, with some numbers. Okay, so here are today's numbers. And the numbers are actually starting to look good. Okay, so the total number of deaths overnight in New Jersey was 93. Yesterday, uh, yesterday we had 167, and the total number of new cases today overnight was 2,734, with the total positive cases being 64,584 overnight total. And overnight it was 2,734, and compared to yesterday, where we had over 3,600. So the deaths have come down. The new cases have come down. So it looks like we are continuing to level off. So this looks like it may be real. We may be leveling off, and we may have reached the peak. So that means we're almost at the halfway mark here. Okay, so, and that is only because of the social distancing that we've all been doing. And I can't express this, express this enough, how we must continue to do what we're doing because it's working. And if we stop it prematurely, if people start doing stupid things, then the curve is gonna start to go right back up again. Okay, so the numbers are going down, folks. This is good news. And for the rest of the country, hopefully you won't see these kind of numbers because you're doing the social distancing now while the number of cases are still small. Okay, and so these are the cases from before. So now what I want to do today, I know we've talked about this before, but I want to make sure that everybody understands, because theoretically, we can wipe this virus off the planet in 1 month, okay? Now, I said theoretically because it's practically it's not going to work, because people are always going to, we're dealing with people, okay? But if we took the social distancing to the extreme and everybody isolated themselves and did not have contact with people outside of their own families, then the virus will be eradicated from this planet. And I say this because if you remember some of the diagrams and examples that I gave before, the virus can only live inside your body. The virus can live outside your body for a very brief period of time, but it cannot replicate. It does not multiply outside your body. So it has to be in a host, okay? So our bodies can either kill and destroy the virus, or we can support it and we can let it multiply inside of us and then send it off to continue infecting other people. So let's look at this, okay? So this is a typical population of people moving around. And in this diagram, the blue are just regular uninfected people, okay? So now, if you have an infection, the yellow is representing somebody who's been infected but not yet symptomatic, okay? This person enters this population of people who have never seen the virus before, okay? Now this person comes in contact with another person and infects the other person. The virus is replicating inside their bodies. It's multiplying inside their bodies. And now it's multiplying in two bodies. So the number of virus on the planet is starting to exponentially multiply. Okay, now these people come in contact with other people, and now all these people are virus factories. They're making more virus, and the virus wants to make more of itself. It wants to mass produce itself and infect more people. So as they move around, these people are starting to spread the virus in their bodies. Each one of these people are virus factories. Now this one in red, that's the first person who got infected, is actually starting to show symptoms. This one's coughing, has fevers. So we can see that this person is infected. These people are invisible. The virus is invisible in these people that are yellow, okay? But they're infecting other people. That's how the virus survives on the planet, by going from person to person to person. Okay, so now we see that it's spread even further because these people continue to move around. We have more people that are showing symptoms in the red here. These people are coughing, they have fevers, and some of them are in the hospital. The first person has gotten really sick and was in the hospital, and this time I'm showing it in white so you can really see it. This person's dead. Okay, it's like a chalk line here. This person's dead. This person died from the virus. So now the host, this person, is dead, and the virus all the virus that were inside this person, they're all going to die with this person because the virus are trapped inside this body and it's going to get buried or incinerated. But the virus has already sent out more replicas of itself, and it's spreading around in the population. So although the virus that originally infected this person is going to die with the person, the virus has done its job and it's found new hosts to replicate itself, and it's just going to continue to move along the population. Okay, so now here, this is further along. This may be a few weeks later. That original person's died. We have a few more people that died from the virus. We have people that are sick, showing symptoms. We have people that are infected, not showing symptoms, spreading it around. So let's look at the colors here again, okay? So mortality, white, white, white. These are all dead. These are people who have died from the virus. The yellow, the red are the sick people. These are the people that are showing up in the hospitals. These are people that are quarantining at home with the symptoms. The yellow are the people that are not showing any symptoms, and these are the dangerous ones because these people are running around. They might be defying the quarantine and getting together and infecting other people. Now we have a new color here, okay, the green. What are these green ones? So the green people are the ones who were infected and have recovered. So they have antibodies. So these people hopefully are immune. It's too early to know that, but we are hoping that that's what will happen. These people will be immune. And also, if we had a vaccine, the vaccine could possibly make people immune so they don't catch it. So these people hopefully will not be catching the virus again. So let's see what happens with social isolation, okay? So let's say one of these guys here, okay, goes on a plane or on a car and goes to somewhere where there's no infection, okay? So this person goes to another, I mean, right now, this is everywhere on the planet, so it's not, that's not realistic. But let's say early on that this person went to another community where there are no sick people, okay? But they have heard about what's going on in the rest of the world. Let's say there was a country where there's no infections, and these people in the other countries said, you know what? We're going to protect ourselves. We're not going to let what happened in China, in Italy, in Spain, and the United States happen to us. So they are all isolating before anybody gets sick, okay? And this person goes to visit a relative in that country, okay? So here he comes to visit some of the relatives in his country. Now, these people are not moving. They're all standing still. They're staying with their own families, but they're not interacting with others. They're in total social isolation. So this person comes, is asymptomatic, infects another person, And now these people in that family, they all get sick, okay? But because they're not going and visiting other people, they're only getting sick within their little group. The person who came and infected them got really sick and has died. This person is coughing and symptomatic. This person isn't showing any signs, but she's still infectious. This person here got sick and got better and is now has antibodies and presumably immune to the disease. So eventually, and this may take about a month to happen, these people, their immune systems have fought off the virus. Their bodies have killed the virus inside of them, and there's no more virus. What they have are antibodies that will fight the virus if they get contaminated again. But because of the social distancing, nobody else in that community got infected. Now we can lift the quarantine and they can move about and visit other people. They can move about the community. They have no virus inside them and they're immune. So they can just move around and this whole community is protected. Nobody's getting sick. That's ideally what we are trying to achieve here, because if we were able to just freeze the world and nobody moved, this is what could happen. We could eradicate the virus from the planet, because the only thing that we know that can kill the virus inside your body is your own immune system, okay? Any drugs or any treatment, their purpose is to either help with your immune system or actually to help control your immune system so it doesn't go into overdrive. But it is the immune system that kills the virus, and we have an immune system in each and every one of us. And if we just stand still, we can kill the virus from the planet. Of course, that's not realistic, but we are making a very strong effort, and that's what we're doing with the sacrifices that we're making right now with the social distancing. And that is why the numbers are going down, okay? The number of deaths overnight in New Jersey have gone down. So this is very promising. This is 2 days in a row that the numbers have gone down, the number of deaths. And today, the actual number of new cases have also gone down. Now, we may get an increase in the number of new cases soon, not because more people are getting infected, but actually that's going to be a false elevation because more people are being tested. Okay, and this is such a frustrating point. I've been trying to get these testing things, strips, and from my understanding, they're all kind of sitting around in customs because the FDA is not allowing them to be released at this point. They want to test the tests, but I want to test the tests while we test people, because right now we're in a state of emergency here. We really need to find out what's going on. So that's what we're working on. So in the meantime, what are some of the things that you can do to not get sick? Okay, so you don't. I know there are a lot of things that people are recommending and trying, medications that could have side effects. Okay, so these are 5 things that you can do right now so that you don't get sick. Okay, 1, we're doing it. Social distancing. We'll start from the bottom here. Social distancing, we're doing that. And this is what we're starting to do. The second one from the bottom, cover your face, because if you cover your face, you're not spreading the infection. Because remember, there are a lot of people out there. You may be infected right now and not know it, because we don't know that because we don't have the testing available. And if you go out there and cough, you're going to spread that virus in the air. So we're pretty sure now that this thing does aerosolize. That means if you cough, you can spread the virus across the room. Okay, so we're staying 6 feet apart, but that might not be enough, because if you cough, the virus may linger on in the air and infect somebody else. Okay, now if you're wearing a mask, it may protect you also from breathing in something that somebody coughed up that might be in the air, but it's going to be much, the biggest impact is that it's going to prevent the infected people from infecting other people. So it's not not as much for protecting yourself, it's to protect other people. So if you're out in the supermarket and it's a little bit crowded, okay, and there's somebody to your left with no facial cover and somebody to the right with the facial cover, you're going to move towards the one with the facial covering, away from the one that's not covered, okay? In fact, we should probably kind of shame people to cover their face, because they're putting you in danger by not wearing a mask. And it's not that they're not protecting themselves, they're not being courteous to other people. And so if you're here in this area in New Jersey, just about everybody's doing it now. It's socially acceptable, but some places you may put a mask on and people may look at you like you're the one who's infected, but you're the one who's being responsible by covering your face. And hopefully that will change everywhere and people will cover their face. Okay. The other thing is stay warm. Okay. The weather's getting nicer, but don't be foolish and go outside with shorts and t-shirts on, because if you let your body temperature drop, your immune system's going to be less effective. And if you get a virus into your body, your immune system's gonna be asleep and the virus is gonna get in there and start replicating and get you sick, okay? Gargle, that's simple, it doesn't cost you anything. Just gargle with salt water or mouthwash. Whenever you've been outside or near somebody or anything like that, gargle. Gargle when you get up in the morning, gargle before you go to sleep. The reason for that is because the virus goes in through your mouth or your nose. And if you gargle, you're washing it away before it has a chance to multiply, okay? And if you only have a few viral particles in your body, your immune system will fight it off. If you give it a chance to replicate itself inside you and increase the load of virus in your mouth, then it could go into your lungs or it can overwhelm your immune system and get you sick. Okay, there are a lot of different things, antioxidants, things that you can take to help boost your immune system. Vitamin C is cheap, and I know it's getting a little bit harder to find, but I was in the supermarket today and I found one lone bottle of vitamin C, so I snatched it up, okay? But it's still kind of available if you look for it. So that's a good protection. And of course, fruits and vegetables, lots of fluids. Try to get some exercise, and that is what you can do without doing anything fancy. Just these 5 things can really help protect you, okay? So we don't want to spread it and we don't want to get sick. And that's basically what I have today. And hopefully we'll be bringing you some more good news. And we're really looking forward to having the testing available, because once the testing is available, it'll be a game changer. I don't think that we can really open back up and start and loosen this social distancing until we can really have the ability to test everybody. And we're hoping that the FDA would just let us do it. and we're hoping that will happen soon, because I know this has been very tough. It's been tough for us, and but we're starting to see the light at the end of the tunnel, and I can't wait to see tomorrow's numbers, and I hope it will continue to go down. Have a good night, stay safe, and God bless everyone.